haven't seen you around here before. New, huh? Yeah. I'm a little new myself, as it turns out. No, don't get me wrong, I've had the channel for a long time. I started the channel just trying to make something, even if it was terrible, to start building something so that someday, if possible, I could be a YouTuber where it allows me to travel. So yeah, I'm coming back to a more of a channel that is just me, you know. If you're new here, obviously, as I said, I'm Vincent Van Voltenberg. I've traveled a lot, man. I put probably, golly, it has to be since I've had, well, I got Willamina when she had 121,000 miles on her. And now she has 200,587 miles on her. How many miles is that? I don't know. I'm not a mathematician. I haven't done a video for, it's gotta be going on it's gotta be 3 months, maybe more. When someone say, what the heck, Vinny? You were doing videos. And yeah, I get where you might be coming from as a watcher of YouTube videos and a follower of van life and people who live in vehicles and whatnot. But you know, on this end of it, I'm a human being. I have all the things, you know, that go with being alive in this world right now. And I could tell you that it has not been a totally smooth ride. And if you were to get behind the scene and talk to a lot of your favorite YouTubers that seem like they're just perfect, you would find out they have life too. And personally, you know, I'm talking about things that take you out of the game, you know, not just normal, I gotta go to work. No, I gotta work. I wanna work. I wanna do something that allows me to fulfill my dreams and to help others and to be productive in my life. I don't want to sit around acting like I can't do anything anymore. I am not retired. I am not too old to move. I love to travel. And as you can see, sorry about the scruffiness. I'm growing out this beard from a goatee to a beard. But hey, we've all got our little moments, you know. I bring up other channels often because of videos like this, talking and explaining things, talking about subjects, or I do videos where I'm going places. And like right now, as you can see, I'm at this park in northern Idaho. It's gorgeous everywhere around here. It's beautiful. You get everything in these areas. You get sun, you get rain, you get snow, but you also get lakes, rivers, streams, mountains, beauty. I have 3 lakes within a short distance of me, big lakes. I have a beautiful river that you can be pulling some beautiful fish out of if you're a fisherman, which I haven't started yet, but I have a fishing pole. There's lots of things to do. So the channel has different pillars, is what I call them. And you see a lot of other channels that have also their life, and that's coming while they're doing their videos, like Trent and Alley, for instance. If you know who Trent and Alley are, they were prominent VanLifers. They built their channel on van life, and then when they bought a piece of land and started building a house, their channel actually got way bigger. And now they make such a great living that, you know, they do videos twice a week, maybe more, shorts, they do all of the stuff. But recently, Allie's mother passed away, God rest her soul. And their last video was, they were kind of mourning, and they were explaining how the last 6 months has been with her mom getting sick and going through all the things behind the scenes you could imagine. I can't imagine how somebody can maintain a business like that, but I guess you have to. At that point, you're in a position where this is where we're at. This is how we make a living. We have to do this. So all y'all are part of the journey, except we don't put all of our stuff out there. So they didn't like really talk about her being sick or anything for 6 months, and now that she's passed away, they're talking about it. But you see what I'm saying here? It's like there's a ebb and flow, and there's a time when you have to take breaks, and there's a time when you have to keep going even though you're going through it. But for me, I do not make a living on YouTube. For me, I'm not forced to make videos at this point in time. Today, I woke up and a couple months ago, I had done a video out in Pahrump, Nevada with Bob Wells of Cheap RV Living. And last night I checked my, because I actually went out and did some filming last night, and I do filming all the time. It's whether or not I post something. That is the question. So basically what I'm saying to you is this. I did a video and I purposely got a hold of Bob. I was in Texas. I was sleeping with YouTube on, and I woke up to Bob Wells talking about something or other, and I was just kind of lightly listening. And then my ears perked up when he said, "And if you want to be in one of my videos," and I said, and then he put an email on the screen. And I woke up, rubbed my eyes out, and I watched it 3 or 4 times. I'm like, he's actually saying, okay. And so I said, heck yeah, I want to do it. I'm sitting here in Texas, figuring out where I'm going to go next. And they put me on the schedule for October. So I was there. I took off from Texas, went up to Nevada and Las Vegas, and went to Pahrump. Always reminds me of that little Drummer Boy song. But got there, met Bob, sweetest guy ever, really cool guy. And I'd watched his videos for a long time, so it wasn't like new to me. I'm not new to VanLife. I mean, I was in the early 80s, and I had a Pinto station wagon I was sleeping in. I knew all about living in a car, but I never really thought I could live in a car and get freedom and be able to travel and do all the things. And so, when that started coming back to me, it started being refed to me through Chrome and through Aiming and Beck and through Trent and Alley and some of these guys that have obviously moved on from VanLife because they were never doing it out of necessity, really, or out of a pure dream. They were just doing it to travel and, have fun while they were young. And for Trenton Alley, it was a mountain biking channel. They were just traveling around filming their mountain biking and realized it could be much more. They ran into Eamon and Beck themselves, and Eamon and Beck had a business they were running, Chai Walla Tea, and they built that up by going out to all these marketing events where they would sell their product to stores and places that pick it up. And so they decided to go in fully. When they lost a big account, they decided to go into YouTube full on. So they just started traveling, having fun. It wasn't out of necessity, but the big channels always, they got nice vans. They afforded the beautiful Sprinter, brand new Ram Sprinter. I mean, for Trenton Alley, it was their second or third build. For Eamon and Beck, it was their second van that they built, which was Trinity. They've sold both vans since then. And here I am throughout it all, living in the little 2008 Toyota Sienna. I went to Descend on Bend recently, just to go away from it real quick. I went to Descend on Bend, and there are all these created vehicles, and there were like maybe 2 people in the whole place that said, "Wow, that's cool. What is it?" They couldn't figure out what it was. I was lifted. I had all this stuff, and they're like, "That is cool." 2 people though. I mean, the rest of them were all in their big old fancy almighty rigs, whether it was a giant monster truck camper or a box truck or a schoolie that was just awesome. But I met some YouTubers that were successful there, and they said, "Where's your rig?" And I said, "That one right there." They were looking around at all the Sprinters. "Which one is yours?" And I'm like, "That one." They're like, and then he took off. So that, VanLifers, in my opinion, most of them don't really care. They're doing it for them. They're out traveling. They're having fun. A majority of what we see in van life is not people on YouTube. They don't even film their journey. They're just out there for them, but they're not doing it most of the time because they have to. A lot of them are doing it to save money. A lot of them are doing it to have a change in life, fresh start, whatever. Me, I didn't have to do it. I had a barbershop where I was making $100,000 plus a year, part-time, and I was very unhappy. I went through a divorce, I went through some other things, and so once I had my shop fully built and was busy every single day and making a lot of money, I decided I'm gonna save money. And once COVID hit and I lost my truck, I decided I've got to do something. My brain is just twisting up in knots. My emotions were crazy. I was just not well physically either. I had some issues. I just thought, you know what? I need a break from everything. God help me, give me the strength and the ability to figure this out. And during COVID, I got COVID, I was sick. I closed down my shop for basically a month. Didn't make any money, still paid my rent, had money saved. So after COVID, I opened up and I gradually started to make a little bit of money and get people back, and they came and took my truck. Another year maybe of payments, and I had gotten behind a couple payments. I had a 2017 truck. It was a Silverado quad cab. It had a beautiful heavy duty cap on it, mid-rise, and I had built it out. It had a bed, had a drawer, had everything. I had planned on doing this even when I was still married, but they came and repossessed it when I had already worked out a payment plan with them. I was going to catch up. Actually, that day that they came and got it, I was to pay a payment and it was going to be all square. They took it. Took me about a week, and I said, okay, it's on. And I only had a couple thousand saved, and I borrowed the rest from my mom, and I bought Willamina for $6,000 cash from a little car lot who guaranteed me it was perfect. A little old lady, you know, owned it, whatever. Had 26 pages of perfect maintenance through Carfax and all this. And I said, okay. So I bought Willamina, I made a plan, and over the next couple of years, I started a YouTube channel. I just pressed record and talked about anything. I talked about how I'm gonna close the shop, how I'm gonna live in the van, and I was living in the van from that point on. Before that, I was living either in the truck or sleeping with a bed on the floor in the shop. And I have a little video of that one night. I said, look, this is where I'm at right now. I'm on the floor in my shop. When it was too hot in Texas, I couldn't sleep outside. I slept inside. But my plan was when I left on VanLife to just chase the good weather and never have that problem with air conditioning or heat, you know. Long story short, the truck was taken. I got Willamina, and it took a couple years, 2.5 years or so, to get to the point where I had like $10,000 saved and I was ready to go and leave. Had Willamina all fixed up. I did a ton of things I didn't have to do to her, chasing down the engine light, which ended up being a tiny little piece on the top of the engine that cost, what, $25. And I had the engine out, had all the chains replaced, I had the phasers done, I had all the stuff done. I pretty much rebuilt the whole thing and didn't have to do it. But Willamina is a solid running 2008 Toyota. I have put since 121,000 to over 200,000 now, not quite 201,000. So she has been fantastic. I only broke down the side of the road one time, and that was an alternator, and that was here. It's in a video where I had to replace the alternator before I left again. Long story short, I have been gone for a few months. Today I wake up and Bob Wells has put my video up, and it pushed me like 100 subs just like that, over 1,000. So now Vinny Van channel is at a place where all I need to do is be consistent. You know, all I need to do is make videos consistently and figure out what I'm going to do as far as content. But you know what? I started making basic videos. I'll continue making basic videos. I thank you for being here. I really appreciate all you new people that have latched on through Bob. Obviously, But there is things about YouTube and of being in van life and starting a particular channel around one subject that can trap you in. And so if you've watched my video with Bob, you know that I love van life. I love to travel. I want to live in the van and travel and be able to do that. Now, if I could do that, I would be doing it long term, but I'm a barber and I have to stay put to build a client base. It's really hard to make any consistent money out there and have any clients that come back if you're traveling around. And plus it's really hard to do in the first place, Hey, come get a haircut for me, standing on the side of the road, or going to some events like, Rubber Tramp Rendezvous or something, which I don't know if I'm going to be able to make at this point. I really wanted to do, but I ran out of money and I ended up back in northern Idaho, and I haven't found work. And so this is me wishing that the last 3 years I had been consistent on YouTube, and for this moment in time I could have been monetized and on my way. But I'm not quitting, and I love making videos. I love talking to you all. It's a sort of therapy. It's sort of a journal for me. And I'm not done. I have a lot of things that I want to do. I'm in an area in Idaho that there's 6 states surrounding this place within, several hours drive. Easy to access all kind of things from here. Not to mention Canada. I can be in Canada in less than 2 hours from here. I mean, I'm seriously close to a lot of beauty, So there's not a lack of things to do. I'm just saying. This is the Vinnie Van channel. I am that Vinnie Van guy. God bless you and keep you. And hopefully 2024 is the exact opposite of what all these other people are saying. We're shooting for good. We're shooting for great. We want it to be awesome. Let's go, America. Let's go, world. Let's pull together and have a great life. Just enjoy yourself and love each other. Be awesome. Subscribe, do all the good things with those buttons, and I will see you all soon. We'll talk some more. How about it? Thank you.